Update. Am I the a-hole for not wanting my boyfriend to factor my son's survivor benefits into our new household budget? Original post. My 38th female, son 15 male receives $1,100 a month in Social Security survivor benefits from his late father, who passed away when my son was 5. My boyfriend 40 male and I have been in an on-again, off-again relationship for a long time. Things have been good recently, and he's proposed. We're planning on getting a house together. I have my son, and he has 3 children, but only one of his kids would be living with us full-time. The house we are looking at is $2,500 a month. My boyfriend's proposed budget is for him to pay $950, for me to pay $950, and for us to use $600 from my son's check for the household. He suggests we can then put the remaining $500 from the check into savings. My current practice is to give my son half of his check, $550, for his personal use, and save the other half for him. I think that since he's almost 17, he should have some control over his money. My boyfriend disagrees completely. He thinks that since we are going to be a family, all the money should be pooled together for shared expenses. He thinks I'm wrong and selfish for not wanting to include the survivor benefits in the main budget. We've been going back and forth on this, and I'm feeling incredibly uncomfortable with his expectation. I feel like the benefits are my son's and should not be used to reduce the adult's portion of the bills. It feels like he's trying to make me subsidize the household using money that was meant for my son's care and future, not to pay his own share of the bills. Am I wrong here? Is it selfish to keep my son's check separate and manage it for his benefit alone? Or is my boyfriend's financial expectation a red flag for our future together? Now for the top comments before reading the update. So he wants to pay $950 and wants you to pay $1,500? Is his child going to kick in $550 a month too? Is your child going to be on the deed for his contributions to the mortgage? Not the a-hole. If you do this, he'll find a way to get the other $500 some way. He has 3 kids. He for sure is paying child support begrudgingly, to be sure, and thinks it's his right to recoup that money, since OP's son lives there. Frankly, OP, this is a huge red flag and says a lot about this guy's character. Not the a-hole. Also, if you should pay a portion, the boyfriend should pay a portion, and OP's son should pay a portion. What about the 3 kids from the boyfriend? If we are going by his logic and the kids should be putting into the fund, why are his kids not contributing, especially the one that will be with them full-time? This is the argument that I have, but he's saying that I'm wrong for this. I'm totally willing to cut off the relationship behind us. I just wanted you guys' opinion so I could show him that I'm not wrong. You are absolutely not wrong. He is just trying to get you to sacrifice your son's benefits for his benefit. You're the a-hole if you stay with this guy. No one is entitled to those survivors' benefits except your son. How much of her or his savings is the boyfriend's kid going to contribute? Nothing, right? Boyfriend sees a way to pay part of his rent using your son's money. Hell no. You need to dump this jackass now. Right, and I'm totally willing to cut the relationship off about this, and after reading all of the comments, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and end it, even if he backs off his statements after seeing this. I'm so proud of you, honey. You totally got this. Just imagine how much more calm life will be when it's just the 2 of you. Thank you. Luckily, we don't live together now, and honestly, I'm happy. This conversation came up today, and it's making me rethink everything. I'm gonna give him back the ring and call everything off. Everyone just reinforced what my gut told me. I'm not crazy and it's wrong. Before I made this post, I was really feeling like it wasn't gonna work and this would be my hill to die on. But all of these comments really opened my eyes. I gotta work on my people-pleasing tendencies and start trusting my gut. Now for the update. Following my original post, I ended the relationship with my ex over the weekend. The breakup escalated into a heated argument, with him repeatedly calling and threatening to go to my mother's and grandmother's homes to cause a scene. I had to call his mother to calm him down. This was the final straw for me. During the argument, I also discovered he is not paying child support for his minor child. Combined with his abusive and manipulative behavior, our engagement and plans to buy a house are off. For those who commented about the $500, my son is a very responsible young man whose college is already paid for. He has a car and a part-time job and saves a significant portion of his spending money. The issue was never about the amount, but about my ex's manipulation regarding our finances to gain control. I am now focused on my and my family's safety. I have blocked all contact and am documenting all threats in case legal action is needed. Thank you for your support. I am choosing my well-being and finally feel a sense of relief and strength. Next story. Am I the a-hole for not picking up my ex's daughter from school when I picked up our son? Ex cheated on me when I was pregnant with our son, 8, and because of this, he has an 8-year-old daughter with his affair partner, now wife. We are not on good terms, and I do not have a relationship with my ex's daughter. I have never spoken a word to her, nor spent any significant time in her presence. Ex and I split 50-50 custody of our son. 2 weeks ago, I got a call from the school during his custody time stating nobody had picked our son up from school and asking if I would. When I got to the school, my ex's daughter was also there, and the teacher was with her. She told me I was on the approved list for a pickup for my ex's daughter and asked if I would take both kids. I said no and told her I did not want to be on the list, as I would never pick the other child up from school. She told me she would pass the word along, and it would be taken care of, and I had to call to follow up on this. My ex never told me he or his wife added me to the authorized pickup list for his daughter. When he realized I had not picked up his daughter with our son, he was furious. He asked me how I could leave her behind when I would have our son unplanned anyway. I told him via our parenting app that I picked up our son as I would always do if needed, but his daughter is not my child, and I will not be their emergency school pickup. According to him, my ex's daughter was there until 7 because I refused to pick her up with our son. She's a child and I understand that's not ideal. I don't feel bad per se, but I wonder if I would be considered an a-hole for being unwilling to do it this once. This is not something I want to be a regular thing, and it's the first time it ever happened. Ex's wife was apparently delayed out of town, and ex was working. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. I feel bad for that other kid, but that's not your responsibility at all. Also, him not picking up your kid, that's bad. Make sure you document that in case you need to rework custody. It's all documented, and our discussion via the app has added to it. Yeah, taking her could have made things really messy. Like, what if he signed you in as an approved adult but her mom didn't? Or if anything happened to her? Or even setting the precedent that he can shove his responsibilities onto you isn't okay, unless it's something you're willing to deal with. Not the a-hole. They added you to the list without asking you first. The audacity, especially considering the circumstances of the divorce. Ex was working, eh? Then he can jolly well leave work to handle his own responsibilities, rather than saddle you with him. Invite them to kiss both sides of your butt and grow the heck up. I was blown away when she told me. Why me? And did they seriously want their daughter left in my care, or think I'd want her in my care? It's the way neither of them answered calls from the school either. That's why I was contacted to begin with. It's all documented anyway, but I'm hoping they don't try to add me back onto her pickup list. If you did it once, they would expect it again. And they'd expect me to babysit then, or expect me to host sibling play dates or some nonsense, so they don't go a week between seeing each other. Next story. Am I the a-hole for going to work after being told I needed to babysit, which meant my dad's wife had to cancel her appointment and be with my half-siblings? This happened Saturday. I-17 male was scheduled to work. On Thursday, Heather, Dad's wife, told me I needed to call out Saturday because she had a doctor's appointment and someone had to babysit my half-siblings, 3 of them, 3 and under. I told her I wasn't calling out and she'd need to find someone else. My dad works Saturdays, and he told me his job was more important than mine, and I didn't need to be so locked in on work and school that I ignore my family anyway, so I should call out of work and enjoy the day of being a big brother. I told him I wasn't doing that, and I'm going to work whether they like it or not. My dad left the house way early a Saturday morning, and then Heather told me her appointment was for 9, and she was leaving at 8, so I would watch the kids. Instead, I skipped breakfast and left for work early and ate breakfast somewhere else. Heather was getting ready when I left. She tried calling me, but I kept walking LOL. I got 10 calls from Heather before those stopped. And then around lunch, I got 5 calls and 4 texts from Dad saying I was supposed to babysit. And did I realize I cost Heather her appointment? I ignored his calls and texts. I got home around 3 and Heather was yelling and cussing me out, saying I knew she had the appointment. My only response was she knew I wasn't calling out of work. She tried to take my phone, but I refused to hand it over. Dad got home around 7 and he was pissed too. He lectured me on leaving Heather without someone to babysit and on not taking the time to be there with my half-siblings. He told me I might not want to be with them, but as a member of the family and a member of the household, I owe it to everyone to contribute and to make time to help out. He said my half-siblings didn't deserve to be walked out on like that, and Heather didn't deserve to miss a doctor's appointment because I'm spiteful that he remarried, and they want us to be a real family. He told me I need to start working on family relationships before I have none left. Then yesterday morning, they expected me to apologize or to act remorseful, but I'm not. I have 0 regrets, and I went to work as normal yesterday. The reason I focus so hard on work and school is I do not want to live with them a second longer than I have to. I'm saving to get out and go no contact, and I work every chance I get. My dad's aware of what I'm up to, but I don't think he really believes I'm serious about it, but I am. Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. I think your dad should take his own advice. He needs to start working on family relationships with you before he has none left. Because you are in a family doesn't mean they get to take advantage of you and force you to call out of work. They need to find someone else to do childcare when you are not available. 1. Are these your dad's kids? Why isn't he the obvious one to take care of them? 2. While not ideal, there are very few doctor's appointments that you really can't take kids to. His job is much more important than OP's, you see. OP is just too focused on school and work to care about Dad's new family. 3 under 3, Dad was busy with new wife. Dad's about to lose a child to his selfishness. I hope OP has a good life. Please make sure your money is in a safe place that other people cannot access. If they are aware you are saving up to leave, they may try to sabotage you. Have your cash somewhere else. Have your bank locked to only you, and do not use an obvious PIN number. Not the a-hole, but this isn't going to get better. All the money I'm saving is secure, and my dad doesn't know which bank I have my account with. Get all your vital documents, birth certificate, social security card, mementos of your mother, for example, stored off-site. Who pays for your cell phone? I pay since I got a job. My dad didn't like it, so he refused to pay. Also have my birth certificate, but no other documents. The rest I'll need to order when I leave, because I don't know where anything else is. Last story. Am I the a-hole for feeling hurt that my ex-husband went no contact with our daughter due to his wife? My ex and I broke up due to his cheating. He then ended up cheating on his affair partner, went to therapy, was single for a while, and then later met his current wife, not the homewrecker. My daughter was 15 by then, and she and her stepmom didn't get along. According to my daughter's stepmom, she was a mini-wife. If you don't know what that means, check out the Facebook page dedicated to stepmoms complaining about their stepdaughters. They would go on vacations, and she would get angry that my ex would buy my daughter the same jewelry as her because there are other ways of showing a daughter that she's loved that don't involve buying the same things she, stepmom, gets from my ex. My daughter would tell me that she felt like an outsider at their place and that she felt like an intruder. I tried reassuring her and even put her into therapy because of that. My daughter's stepmom eventually stopped every and all relationship with our daughter and left her for my ex. According to my daughter and my ex, she would treat our daughter with basic courtesy, but wanted nothing more to do with her. I want to make it clear that I have no problem with my ex-husband's wife. We are not friends, and she doesn't want to be my friend because she wants nothing to do with my daughter and is letting my ex and me handle our co-parenting relationship, which I respect. My ex and his wife have kids together. My daughter and her stepmom had a fight because my daughter wasn't doing her chores. According to my daughter, she was going to do them later but wanted to finish talking to her friends first. Her stepmom then went into her room and started tearing down all of her things and throwing her clothes on the floor while telling my daughter to get out of the house. My ex and his wife are very well off, so she broke some of the things her dad had given her that were very expensive. Her siblings were at home while this was happening. My daughter called me and my ex told her to come to my place while he dealt with his wife. A day after that, he sent a message to my daughter saying that this situation wasn't working anymore, that he needed to put his wife first, and that if she felt disrespected or had anxiety whenever she came around, then she was toxic, our daughter. My daughter turned 18 around that time, so it was easier for my ex to stop all contact with her. My daughter has tried reaching out to her dad. I don't want to get involved, but I also think my ex was too harsh. I actually suspect they were looking for a reason to stop contact with my daughter. They live in another city, and I just found out from my ex-husband's parents that they are moving away. This entire situation happened several months ago. There has been no contact between any of them, and my ex told me that if our daughter didn't stop sending him messages, he would try to get a restraining order and that she was out of his will. Am I the a-hole for feeling like they were too harsh? Edit, my daughter is pregnant. She told her dad that's part of the reason she reached out to him, but he didn't even acknowledge it and ignored it. He and his wife are also trying for another baby. Not the a-hole. Just watch him want to walk her down the aisle when the time comes and be pissed when it doesn't happen. He has 2 other daughters. He made that very clear to my daughter. Does ex's parents want contact with daughter? They are low contact with her. They don't want to be in that much contact with someone their other grandkids' parent cut off. Document everything and seek damages for the thing that stepmom destroyed. Have your daughter send one last communication to her father and copy in any family necessary, letting him know that she understands he has severed relations with her due to his wife's insecurity and jealousy, and that it is his choice to make, but that he needs to understand it is permanent. That when he wakes up one day and regrets it, do not contact her and tell her he was sorry and that he has changed. His choice that he is making now is permanent, and make sure all of his family knows this. Then get her into therapy and help her move on without him. His family already knows what happened. We tried seeking damages for the things her stepmom destroyed, but it went nowhere. He told my daughter not to contact him. I'm sure if he had 2 sons, he would have probably regretted not having contact with her. I don't think I mentioned it, but he removed her from his will too. I would advise her to challenge the will when the time comes. It depends on the jurisdiction, obviously, but usually surviving kids can challenge their dead parents' will if they are unfairly disinherited. My ex-husband's sibling is a lawyer. I'm pretty sure he is leaving a small portion for her so that she can't challenge the will, hence his "she is out of the will."